Hi guys, we're here today in Pro Tools to dispel some myths I'm hearing that apparently you're supposed to record low signals into your preamps and converters, not higher signals as every traditional engineer would recommend. I have a setup here. I've got an AKG C414, which is on a shock mount with a windsock going directly into the front end of a cheap preamp. I've just got a Focusrite Scarlett 18i20 or something I pulled out of the cupboard here. I have that double patched into input 7 as well. They're both standard inputs, exactly the same. I'm going to do this fairly. I don't believe in false information. I'm just going to do this as a fair test. I want to show not only the sonic difference that might be there when you start warming up a preamp, but also what I'm more importantly wanting to show is that when something's recorded ridiculously low level, as this is, or if you think about it, any signal as it comes to the tail end of its signal in between impulses, like a bass guitar, like a very clean acoustic guitar, something like that, you might want to have sound as sweet and vivid as possible. The room ambience, which I'm in a treated room here, so we don't have much of that. All those luscious, depth-inducing portions of audio, my opinion, in my experience, is that they're all damaged when you have your recording settings too low. You might meter to hear under louder instances, and then you've just cut your whole 24 bits of data, your whole 144 decibels of range, in half or in a thirds or whatever these weird numbers people are recommending to stay clear of clipping, and they're saying that the yellow portions of meters are already clipping, and it's just, misinformation left, right, and center. I'll do a recording here. Hey, 1, 2, 2, 2. Heaps of energy coming into preamp 1, and the piggyback coming into 7 is ridiculously low. Hey, 1, 2, yeah. I'll get some clips in there so that we can hear how audibly damaging they are when the meters are clipping. Human perception is usually beyond 15 samples of clip. Let's see how we go with that, because, this ain't a synth, it's a voice. I will gain these up and gain them down so that they match perfectly on the meters. I'm simply taking a direct feed of this session back into OBS, and I'm going to upload that video for you so you can make the decision for yourself. I will null test these microphones inputs as well, so that we can not only visually see what's going wrong, but we'll be able to hear it and then hear as a null test, which will make it easier for anyone monitoring, listening on a lower quality format where they won't have a controlled room where they can hear the difference. That's enough of me talking. Let's have a look at these audio files. All right, we'll listen to this one. I'll do a recording here. Hey, 1, 2, 2, 2. Heaps of energy coming into preamp 1, and the piggyback coming into 7 is ridiculously low. Hey, 1, 2, yeah. All right, so I will gain this one up, and we'll compare the meter levels. I'll make sure they're the same or very close. Looks like about 2 dB, so we'll come down something like 2 dB, 2.1. like a 0.1 difference. So we'll go 1.9 to be fair. I'll leave it at 2 to err on the side of benefiting, improving the quality here by not saying there's 0.1 of a dB difference between these tracks. Okay, we'll have a listen to them. I will gain these up and gain them down so that they match perfectly on the meters. I'm simply taking a direct feed of this session. I will gain these up and gain them down so that they match perfectly on the meters. I'm simply taking a direct feed of this session back into OBS, and I'm going to upload that video for you so you can back into OBS. And wow, can you hear how crunchy the difference between those are? This is high gain setting. Back into OBS, and I'm going to upload that video for you so you can low gain. Back into OBS, and I'm going to upload that video for you so you can. This is significantly more crunchy and brittle. What every senior engineer would say sounds, digital, the digital sound. Up here, the S's, the frictive sounds, are far more smooth and mellow. Back into OBS, and I'm going to upload that video for you so you can. Back into OBS, and I'm going to upload that video for you so you can. That is so crunchy. Let's have a look. That is so crunchy. Let's just look at a portion of audio here. We'll exaggerate it so we can see. Oh, there you go. If you've ever needed proof. So you can actually see each of the bit steps. There just wasn't enough information hitting the preamp for it to know how to draw this correctly. The voltage iterations for how much bit depth we were giving it to play with was so low that it's not silky and smooth like this. This is a prime example. Look at this. And bear in mind, Pro Tools is iterating this to look better than it is. It's line graph drawing this, which isn't necessarily exactly how your or my or this output converter is playing the audio. Higher quality converters have better interpolation of one point of sample data to the next. My point is, although we have the identical sample information horizontally, the issue is this gained up piece of audio did not have enough vertical iterations for it to know how to draw this material. It was supposed to draw a falling voltage curve from here to here, but we just did not give it enough information. There's a slight out of sync issue. That will be because I'm coming out of one preamp, going back into the other. So simple clocking area. Let's fix it like this. So we're now back in sync. We can see that there. It got to the top of this curve, and in fact this one is far more damaged than a simple clip may have occurred. This is what I'm talking about. This is the digital damage that I am gobsmacked that more people just do not know is involved in digital recording. For some reason, they just don't bother to research it. Look at this. This is a prime example of what I'm talking about. Look at that. We have one bit of vertical information only. Whereas look at the original. That's what I'm talking about. So when we have both of these tracks on and we set up a trim plugin, we'll simply invert the phase on one so we can do a null test. Now we're going to hear the differences between the channels, not each channel. I'm back into OBS and I'm going to upload that video for you so you can make the decision for yourself. I will null test these microphones inputs as well, so that we can not only visually see what's going wrong, but we'll be able to hear it and then hear as a null test, which will make it easier for anyone. So all of that metallic bit depth sizzle that's there, that isn't silky and sexy and analog sounding, is horrible. We've just taken what could have been, you know, a lovely 144 dynamic range signal with plenty of iterations to give us all the information, make it as analog as possible. We've now cut that into horrible, disgusting sections of audio. Now, I know I've taken this to the absolute extreme. That was 36 dB of gain. That was incorrect on the preamp setting. But that's what people are telling me. They're saying, oh, no, you got to steer clear of this yellow section. You got to have your audio down here. And my answer is simply no. That's just absolute garbage. Look at the difference. Look at it. And this isn't happening because I have it at negative 36 dB. It's happening on every single frictive tail, every single room utterance, every single end of a bass note, of a guitar note, of acoustic note, of a piano note, anything critical, any of that air around the silence of the beauty of instruments that we record is being damaged by not recording loud enough. I don't know why educators are still sprouting this information, but louder is better. Don't clip, but louder is better.